So, I don't know why you guys are so quiet. So I think everyone has a phone in hand. No one can clap. So this magnificent work, this mammoth work, is released here in Kolkata.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. And we have to close it now. You can have a one-to-one with Sri Amit khanna when he gets there. Thanks.
I know Amit for almost 4 decades. I guess still he was working with Navketan. You remember we met at Basant Studio, the old ad lab. And since then we became friends. And I really admire his talents. That's why I call him a man for all seasons. He has two sides, two worlds: creative, internal, and organizational world. This amalgamation of two worlds is very rare. And you've really made it, Amit. And I remember, I made a film for him which was the official entry in Cannes. He was my producer. Yes, also we got National Award, Guria, yeah. And I remember, he floated the first corporate film and television production company in India. And in his office, when I found so many people working, I said, Amit, aren't you taking a risk? Employing so many people, producing so many films. After all, our business is highly speculative business. He said, Gautam, we have to take risk. Without risk, you can't go ahead a step. And somebody with reverence created a poster in front of his chamber, the man who saw the future. You remember him? Who I don't know, but incredible memories in many seminars, many sessions, film festivals, and always, we try to share with each other our understanding, because I'm sure this book will be a treasure for our industry, for Indian cinema, because our generation, Buddhadev is here, Amit, me, our generation is really seeing a huge, transformation of technology and the social fabric. We lived in a planned economy, then we entered into the market economy. And Amit, being a very socio-politically conscious man, I'm sure in his book he had given the backdrop of this change and how Indian cinema evolved over say almost a million. And another is Manmohan Shetty. Whether we see each other for years together, but we know that we are there together. I love you, Amit. Thank you very much.
That's real recollections of a long, long friend.
The Pickwick Papers I read long years back. So that is the kind of thing. So my father said, you were going to finish it, complete this. How are you going to? Yes, the man is very, very ambitious. I would say greedily ambitious. that who can really think of such a book. And I was going through the chapters. There is one chapter just I got attracted. That's 71, the emergency chapter. That really attracted me. Because I've been hearing you, I've been knowing you. I know you for 40 years. I don't have to know you like, I haven't seen Rabindranath, but I know him through his work. So I've been hearing, Jalke, Jalke, da 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 da. So, beyond words, beyond books, after a point of time, every piece of music becomes folklore. So, we don't know how you would be, how we are going to see you, but your work will remain like the folklore. This book, I think this is a very, very significant, important book. Especially in our time, that somebody has time. This is the most precious things that one doesn't have. And you have time to pin down every bit. Thank you so much. From Film Federations of India and from Kolkata, as Gautam said, from Kolkata, we really congratulate you for writing such words, sound and images. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It's really an honor to share the stage with you, because our generation, we really have this experience to share the stage. A man who can see the future, as Gautam said. And nothing more to say. It's an honored and privileged. Thank you FFI for organizing this beautiful event. Thank you all, and namaskar sir once again. God bless.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Hasanta, for inviting me and Film Federation of India. Actually, it's a privilege, sir, to share the same stage with you and with such dignitaries. Such a huge bouquet of work you have. You are like an inspiration to us. I have two questions. The first one is, we look up to you. And what is your secret mantra, that you could create such a huge bouquet of work? And number two is, how to make our Bengali film industry at par or maybe more than Bollywood, creatively as well as business-wise. So you can answer these two questions later on whenever you are comfortable. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Dadu, Orijit Dadu.
Morning, and we had a little talk about the book. And he said it took him 4 years to write this book. And it looks like it. I'm going to take 2021 off to read the book. So I think that's my tribute to Amit, who I've known for a long, long time, since I think just before Plus Channel, we were partners in that Business Plus magazine, which we all burnt our fingers in, and which was quite an experience. But I learned in those 2 years more about filmmaking and more about commerce than anything else. And if I had a hat, it would be off at the moment. Thank you very much.
The milieu, the zeitgeist, what was the world like in, let's say, during Glasnost and Perestroika, for example? There was a time, as Gautam rightly pointed out, we were in a people's economy, and then, yes, and everything splintered. And against that backdrop, he's worked out cinema. For me, he actually reminds me of one of his own characters, and that's Professor Higgins from Man Pasand. And I'd like to quote the one line, because we live in very complex times. Professor Higgins says, that is Bernard Shaw says it, he says, an Englishman's manner of speaking absolutely classifies him. The moment he opens his mouth, he makes another Englishman despise him. This is the kind of dog-eat-dog situation that Mr. Khanna would have encountered and endured and gone above. Because
Ashok, you are forgetting Bengalis.
Yes, the same applies.
Because the Britishers came to Bengal first.
Yes, and it applies to the Bengali intellectual more.
Yeah.
But Amitji has transcended that and created a tome, for it is a tome, which is I would say I've read the whole book, is very, very reader friendly. In this era where books are persona non grata, so to speak, this is the era of the OTT platforms. This is a book which is very interesting. Interestingly written, it may not be fiction, but there are stories within it, stories within stories. And even a simple line as the untimely death of Smita Patil touches you, you know. And these are people whom he has known, whom he has been with, who he has lived with. And he covers the whole era. And starting from Devanand, Dev Saab, his songwriting, and all the other characters and actors and actresses, and also, as I said earlier, the structural changes that were happening all over the world, affecting people, how people think. My own experience has been that I know that I was there when People Plus, my wife was working with you, Madhumanti, and in fact I was shooting my Shundo Teke Shuru. And so one of the shots of People Plus was a shot of Shundo Teke Shuru. So thanks to you. And of course when he was in Reliance, you produced one of my films, which we did. And it's been a very nice experience of talking to you, seeing you. But most of all, I think this is an extremely significant work because it's a serious work. As Gopal and others have said.
We're all looking forward to reading the book.
Yes, and researched.
Really lucky one.
Yes, and it's researched. And having researched, it's presented in a manner that is so palatable, so exciting. And within that, you can read within the lines and find the controversies and the slightly prickly issues. That's what makes it a complete book, because it's not all simple. It has its complexities too. Thank you, Amitji.
I have a very old association. Actually, this AD is slightly makes me a little younger than what I am. Actually, I started in '69, and one of the earliest things which I did with Dev Saab was I got involved with him when he was making Prem Pujari, although I was still in college. And when the film was released, because the film dealt with the Chinese conflict, it was banned in West Bengal. And the film was released later, and it was the only place in the country where the film celebrated its silver jubilee. And I came for the release of that picture in, I think, maybe 1970 to Kolkata. And a very famous producer of the times, Hemant Ganguly, he was a doyen of cinema. He did films with masters like Tapan Sinha. Yeah, Sagina Mahato, and so he released the film in Kolkata, and my memories go back. And of course, several other masters whom I've had the privilege of knowing, right from Manikda Satyajit Ray. I wish my friend Sandeep was going to come, but he actually was not also keeping too well, so he said he may not make it. And of course, with Buddhadev, who our association goes back a long time, he was, when Satyajit Ray Film Institute was set up, he was the first chairman, and I was part of the board. I was in fact part of the committee which the government had set up, which decided to open the second film institute in Kolkata. I think it was maybe early 80s, and we were there together, and Gautam was also there. And I miss my very, very dear friend and mentor, Mrinalda here. Mrinalda was somebody who was very fond of me. And every time, we used to speak very often, and every time I came to Calcutta, I would go and see him. And every time he came to Mumbai, he would call me. And if he could not come to see me, he would insist that I come and meet him. So this is the first time I've come to Kolkata after he passed away. So my fond memories and tribute to Mrinalda. This book, I think I'd be happy to answer questions because most of you have not read the book. The idea of writing this book, I was still chairman of Reliance Entertainment, and when I thought of writing this book, it actually occurred to me. I went as a guest lecturer to NYU and to take some classes for the postgraduate and doctoral students in cultural anthropology and cinema and media. And when I was interacting with these students, first of all, what amazed me was the kind of scholarship and work which is being done in universities like NYU, where many people from around the world were doing very serious study about Indian performing arts, about Indian media. One of the most definitive studies on the impact of media on the politics of India has been done by the head of the department of NYU, who's constantly referred to, Arjun Apodarai. And so what everyone said, that there is no one book which gives a comprehensive picture of various media and entertainment formats, of how they have evolved in the last many centuries. So that's how it started. It sounds easy. When I started writing it, it started off as a 2-volume book. When I had written the first chapter, it ran into over about 120 pages, close to 100,000 words, the first chapter. And the head of HarperCollins came to see me, and I was discussing this with him. So I asked him a question. I said, will do 2 volumes of a book sell? He said no. So I said that there's no point in writing a book which nobody will buy or read. So I scrapped whatever I'd done and I started rewriting it with a different approach. So it's one of the interesting things which Ashok may sort of bear me out since he's read the book, is this book has no bibliography. It has no annotation because it puts people off, quoting from this thing. So these several different sources were referred to. I had a team of 3 people who worked with me, researched with me the whole year. A lot of primary research was done, and a lot of anecdotal material is here because I have been fortunate to work with 4 or 5 generations of artists. And for example, I'll give you a small instance. The book mentions about how music festivals in the early 20th century changed the dynamic of Indian classical music. And one of the prime mentions there is the Dover Lane Music Festival, which still today remains as a vibrant platform for classical singing. And again, if you look at the history of Indian cinema, it was although initially it started off in Mumbai, but a lot of activity was in Kolkata. Madan Theatres in 1910 was the first listed company in the world, film company, in Kolkata. Yeah. It became a public limited company with shares in 1910. There was no American company. They listed later, and so it's been a great city, which has always been a thriving center for all kinds of media. The first, the print media owes its origins here in the city. When the Bengal Gazette was first started, and then the Ramon Roy started a newspaper. So this will give you an idea of the diversity of the book, of course, the most thriving medium for over the last 100 years has been cinema. So a lot is devoted to it, but there is equal emphasis towards the later half of the book on television, because it's now become the most popular medium. And it also talks about the linkages between the various art forms, various media and forms of entertainment. And because from the point of view of the listener, the reader, the viewer, the mind is not compartmentalized. It does not view different arts or different media from different sensory function. It assimilates everything. So an ordinary person will listen to a song. The song could be a folk song, a classical song, a popular film song, a ghazal, or a